We got a good one today, dealing with problem parents. Man, you got problem students, you got problem parents. And a lot of times they come from the same place, don't they? Now listen, we have to understand that you have the most precious thing in that parent's life, and that's their child in your care. Now, the way they view their child and the way you view that child could be two different ways. And the way they parent and the way you think they ought to parent would be maybe two different things. But they fall in different categories. So let's talk about a few of them. Maybe give you some ways to handle it, but really this can be a 10-hour video. Yeah, you're going to have issues. And you're going to have issues if you're a program director, or you're an instructor, or you're a school owner, all the above. There's just going to be some issues dealing with people. They are people that have kids. And sometimes they turn into gorilla moms or mama bears, whatever they call them. I'll never forget one of my heroes in the martial arts. I was in a seminar one time and he was saying, I just can't believe that I have my young adult males that are instructors, world champions, that melt in front of that little kid's mom who's upset about something. You know, they can kick everybody's butt, on stage and in the ring, but when that parent's going off on them, they just melt. So let's talk about some parents. Let's see if you have these in your school. The absentee parent, the drop-off parent, drops their kid off. You never see them again after they signed up. Maybe they signed up over the internet or something. You don't even know what they looked like. And there's always miscommunication. They're late. They're just not really involved. Okay? That type parent brings up some issues, especially the processes of your school, how we move up in rank, how the class structure is, what's expected of the child, et cetera, et cetera. What I do sometimes is I hold the child hostage. I will keep that kid in the class. I'll have one of my assistants, hey, don't let little Johnny leave until his mom, comes in. And then I'll have to, let her know what's coming up or something like that. Or I say, Johnny, when your mom pulls up, let me know. I want to run out there and talk to her real quick. Or him, if it's a dad. So little Johnny says, hey, she's pulling up. So I'll run out to the car and I will give the update or make sure she understands this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? You have to go the extra mile with some people. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes it does, but you're in a customer service type business, so you do need to go the extra mile for some people. Some people just need extra, right? It's like your students. Some of them just suck more life out of you than others. So it's just dealing with people. So that type of parent also, I might have a list of them. So I'll send texts to them if we have something coming up. Or, hey, don't forget we're closed tonight because I know that they didn't hear it in class or they don't read their emails. 17% of the people actually read your emails. So just things like that, right? You have to go the extra mile. Hold the child hostage for the absentee parent. Now, you might have an absentee parent that's in class, watching class, but they really don't hear a whole lot. They're on their phone the whole time or reading the newspaper or whatever, or a magazine. So when I teach, and this is a teaching point for everybody, teach at least half the class to the parents. So I'm doing something. Hey, parents, listen up. We do this drill to help our whatever skills it is, okay? When I walk the floor, I'll walk over to the observation area to the parents, and I will say something to get their attention. Hey, guys, listen up. Here's the announcements. Hey, let me have everybody's attention. Remember, you're in charge, all right? If you want their attention, you get it. So make sure that a portion of the class, as the class is going on, you're calling in those parents. I remember I had a college professor one time watching one of my classes, and we had a little chit chat afterwards. He said, I just like coming and watching the show, because I bring the parents in. I just, funny stuff, just have them holler. Hey, Johnny, man. Hey, mom, Johnny's mom. Hey, listen, watch him do this. Do it again, Johnny. Oh, man, he did a whole lot better last time. Wish you were watching. Keep them involved. Now you got another kind of parent that's, I like to call them a wannabe. They're living through their child, or they try to coach from the sidelines. This comes more from the dad, okay? Dads do this, in my experience, has been more often. You'll have some moms do it. Hey, Johnny, turn around, from the sidelines. Pay attention. You pay attention. Things like that. Or, trying to do a side. I had one, I almost walk on the floor one time. And I was like, whoa. No, I'll take care of him. Sometimes you kind of have to, and sometimes what I'll do, my technique, so to speak, is I'll walk along the edge. Somebody saying something, it's all right. I'll take care of them. It's my class. And just kind of, so it's soft. It's kind of non-confrontational. That's okay. I'll take care of them. It's my class. All right. Or this is my job. I'll do this for now. You can do that at home. It's kind of soft, but you kind of setting that boundary. Okay. If it gets worse, we have a conversation in the office. I've never had to go that far. Okay. Typically my soft, lines in the sand, pretty much do it because I do it from an authoritative standpoint. But those coaching stuff needs to be handled right at the beginning, okay? Because you don't want that going on long term, because pretty soon the child is paying attention to the parent more than anything else. A lot of times, if that happens, I'll pull the child from that side of the room, put them on the far side, away from the parent, and the parent kind of gets the idea too, right? Another type of parent that you might run into is the attention getter. Oh my gosh, my child doesn't get enough attention. You're showing my child too much attention. You can never please them. The same parent can be fussing about the one aspect and then, a month later is fussing about the other aspect. You paid them too much attention. Now you're not paying enough attention. Little Johnny is right where he needs to be right now. He's right where I want him. We're working and blah, 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 blah. So you need to kind of make sure that parent understands that you're in charge. The child is where you want him to be, and he will get the attention that he needs to get to this next level, okay? A lot of times that is dissipated somewhat with your good job notes or praise in class, good job text, things like that. But the parent typically knows, you're paying some good attention to your child. And remember, if you're calling their name, appropriate touch, handshakes, praising them like they should be in class, every student is getting the attention they should have. Okay, so that comes down to a good teaching standard. Now, what if you got a parent that is just angry as all get out about something? It could be any one of those. It could be a misunderstanding, testing procedure, whatever. When a parent is upset, I try to make myself as busy as possible, It's like, I tell you what, I don't have the time. I can't, now's not a good time. We have this class starting, blah, blah, blah. I'm needed here. Let me give you a call when classes are over. That way we're not rushed for time. Try and put it off so that person has a chance to cool down. And then if you have to go in the office where it's somewhat quiet, where people can't hear, but still I try to kind of push that off a little bit. And then I use Aikido. I understand how you would feel. I understand it. Boom. You're going to receive it. You're going to accept it. And then you redirect it. Okay? I understand how you would feel that way. I'd feel the same way. What we're trying to do is blah, 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 blah. And you're in the customer service business, and we do mess up. And when we mess up, we want to go overboard to correct it, okay? And a lot of times it is our fault. If our staff person messed up, we don't throw the staff person under the bus, but we do want to not pay penance. What's the word I want to use? We do make things right. We want raving fans, but we are not married to capitulate on every little thing, okay? Don't get me wrong there. You are in charge. Now, here's another big point I want you to understand. It is okay to fire students and parents. You're just not a good fit for our school here. I'll give you your money back or whatever. You need to go. If they're disrupting so much or so much stress on you, it's just burning you out. People can do that. Get rid of them. And in your personal life, same thing. People pulling you down like that, just get rid of them. All right? So it's okay to kick them out. I've had to do that twice, okay, in 30-some years. Typically, I can make people feel okay, but twice I've had to ask people to leave and don't come back. And it's okay. Listen, don't let the 10% of parents or people that irritate you ruin it for the 90% that love you to death. Okay? You're always going to have that number that it doesn't matter what you do. They crucified Jesus, right? So there's always going to be somebody you cannot please. And it might be time for them to go. Don't let that 10% ruin how you can benefit so many people in their life, run you out of business or just kind of make your quality of life miserable so you can't really affect other people. Don't let that happen, because there will always be some. So after time, you'll just get used to it and you'll recognize it earlier. You'll take care of it earlier and it's not going to affect you as bad. It still affects you because you care about people, okay? If you don't care about people, then you're in the wrong business anyway, right? So don't let that 10% ruin it. So problem parents, we have different kinds and there are different ways to handle each one, but just make sure that we're on par to provide the customer service that we need to. So much of the time, it's communication, okay? So make sure your communications are in line as much as possible. I would say that's the biggest thing that causes heartaches. But you'll have those parents. They give you the gray hair, and this old man has plenty of it. I hope this helped.